What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hard-hitting sports in your face. It's been a minute since I've been on camera. But I came on camera because I want to actually show you guys something. Yesterday, I was getting ready to head out to work, and I happened to go on Reddit, and I saw a site that I think a lot of people, especially my viewers, might be interested in. So I want to go ahead and share this, and that's the reason why I'm actually on camera. My wife likes to tiptoe in my backgrounds and shit. She be doing all type of weird shit while I be making videos. That's the reason why a lot of times I don't even show, I don't turn this camera on because of that. But if you go to this website, the name of the website is called strikeout.mobi. Right? So if you go over to strikeout.mobi, this is what the website looks like. It has, so it's strikeout, spelled exactly how you spell strikeout, no spaces, .mobi, and you hit the football icon right there. It'll bring up all the football games. Now, if you go over to, like, I know there's no football games on right now, but if you go over to ESPN, like I'm on ESPN right now. This is on my phone, by the way. You hit that right there.
Figure out what they were trying to do as far as defending him in those crucial situations after Jimmy Smith left the game. They left him one-on-one.
Plays perfectly now. I have unlimited 4G on my phone. So I don't know how it's going to act if you have less than that or whatever the case may be. But that's how I ended up watching the game on my way. Usually, if I'm on my way to work or whatever the case may be, I'm not able to watch the game until I come back home. But with this website right here, it works perfectly on the phone. I know I use a lot of other little streaming things when I'm on my desktop or on my laptop. But this one works great on the phone. Once again, for the people just tuning in, it's called strikeout.mobi. And yeah, it works great. Like I just showed you.
That's the thing. That's the thing about Odell Beckham that I think we all would like to focus on.
That's ESPN running on my phone. Like all the other little streaming sites, other than like because I have Comcast Infinity and shit as well. But like they don't show all the games. On this shit, you can watch all the games right there on your phone. So that's free advertisement for strikeout.mobi. So let's dive right into the game. I don't know if my wife is giving my fucking dog a bath. She might come marching in here in any minute, busting in the back of my video. So camera's gonna go off right now as we're gonna talk about this Steelers versus Dolphin game yesterday. Anyway, folks. Yesterday, what a game. And yesterday, the formula worked very well. Now, I want to go back to my video that I made pre this game, before this game happened. And I talked about some of the keys to this game for me. One was keeping the pressure off of our quarterback and allowing him to work. Two was to limit his throws. I wanted to limit his throws to 25. I think he threw the ball about 32 times yesterday, so 7 more than I wanted. And I wanted to run the ball. Let me go and we can listen to the end of that video, because there were some specific things that I wanted, and some of those things we did better.
Right there, and now, I mean, that Bengals, that hopes for this game.
All right, so I want to listen to some of the stuff that I said before going into last game, and I want you to hear what I actually said. So here we go. This is my video before the game.
Yes, Pittsburgh. We're able to limit Bell to 40, 50 yards rush. Nothing more, nothing less, right? You can limit him to 40, 50 yards rushing. We can keep Antonio Brown under 100 yards And we get 3 quarterback sacks of Big Ben Roethlisberger. That's what I want to see from our defense. On offense, I want to see Ryan Tannehill go 20 for 25, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Third downs, I want to see him go 6 of 10 on third down. Jay Ajayi, I want to see him rush for 115 yards and a touchdown. We get that, we win the game. Quarterback sacks or hits on the quarterback. Let's limit them to 2 sacks. 2 sacks in the game, 3 or 4 quarterback runs. To me, that sounds like a successful game.
All right, so those were my before the game points. I mentioned limiting Le'Veon Bell, not letting him have a monster game. I go look at the stats. I don't remember exactly what he did. I do remember that he did gash us a little bit on a few plays, and there was a few plays where he could have really ripped off if it wasn't for a game-saving tackle. Byron Maxwell did a very good job yesterday on Antonio Brown. He did fantastic on Antonio Brown yesterday. Quite surprised. We ended up scoring 30 points. I had us scoring 30. I wanted us to score 31 points. I had the Steelers scoring 24 points. In my prediction, the Steelers scored 15 points. So all in all, we did better than I ever could imagine. I had Jay Ajayi rushing for 115 yards. He ended up rushing for over 200 yards. Of course, Ryan Tannehill did not throw a touchdown, even though he should have had at least 1 touchdown pass in this game, as Devontae Parker dropped a touchdown in the end zone. And actually, he should have had 2, because a tight end dropped the ball in the end zone as well. So 2 dropped touchdowns. Should have at least had Ryan Tannehill with 2 touchdowns. We got into the red zone 3 or 4 times, and we were unable to come away with touchdowns because of those drop passes. And then there was, if I'm not mistaken, there was a penalty. I forget. I think it was on Juwan James that brought back a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. So we ended up getting into the red zone. What I find hilarious and what I find awful is the fact that we went out there and we beat Pittsburgh rather handily. And we should have had 40 points against Pittsburgh. We should have. We should have had over 40 points versus this Pittsburgh team. And the week before that, we lose to the Tennessee Titans. So we beat a top 5 quarterback and a top 2-3 wide receiver, and we lose to the Tennessee Titans with Marcus Mariota. See, this isn't making any sense to me. And this is what I say, that sometimes we play down to our competition. We did ended up getting 2 or 3 sacks versus Big Ben Roethlisberger. Those sacks came to Branch and Wake. So Branch and Wake get the sacks. Branch gets a 1.5 sacks, and Wake gets a 0.5 sack. Le'Veon Bell only rushed for 53 yards, so we kept him low, just like I wanted. Antonio Brown had 4 catches for 39 yards. We shut him down. Great day for us, and we got 2 interceptions off of Big Ben Roethlisberger. So this is something to be optimistic about. Next week we play a division rival. So anytime you play a division rival, you expect a better game than if you were playing, someone outside of your division. This is a team that's going to see us 2 times a year. They're used to what we do. But I'm hoping Adam Gase sees the formula now. Because if you remember last year, if you remember the Texans and the Titans and those games that we really kicked ass in last year, we ran the ball. Lamar Miller had over 100 yards rushing in those games. And I was trying to look up the stats of our win-loss percentage with Ryan Tannehill when we have a 100-yard rusher. If anybody can give me those stats, put those stats in the comment section. I really want to know what is our winning percentage with Ryan Tannehill at quarterback when he has a 100-yard rusher. I was looking for him and I couldn't find him, but I would really like to know. Even if we have to, even if no one can find it, I'm going to go back. I'm going to review all the stats from the last 5 years with Ryan Tannehill, and I'm going to go over through each and every game that we have a 100-yard rusher, and I want to see if we won or lost. Because when we run the ball effectively and we're able to not put the ball on the shoulders and on the arms of Ryan Tannehill, to me, I feel like we play better football. I mean, in general, with any team, with any quarterback, when you're able to run the ball, use the play action to slow down the blitz, and actually have teams afraid of you running the ball, they're going to stack more people in the box to try to stop your run. In general, teams normally do better when they're able to do this. And I feel like this is something that we need to build on. Next week, we do not need to go out and let Jay Ajayi run the fucking ball 7 times. Because that's what we've done in the past. We'll have a great run game, and the next game, it's like, fuck the run. Let's throw the ball 40 times. Let's have this man get pressured and throw 3 interceptions, and we'll lose. Let's be hard-headed and stubborn when it comes to our running game. Let's go out there and run the ball down people's throats. We've got enough legs in the backfield. We've got Damian Williams, who looks great in space. I like putting Damian Williams in space. We seen that last week when he caught that ball, spent around and went down the field. Beautiful. Let's get him into space. I'm starting not to see the spot for our old running back from Houston. I really don't see where I don't see where Arian Foster is going to get a lot of reps. I don't see it, because between Jay Ajayi, Damian Williams, and Kenyon Drake, I don't see where we need Foster right now. It might get to a point where we say, okay, Foster, we'll see you later, and bring someone else in another need position to fill that, because I don't see it. If he's not going to be Ajayi out, you're going to keep him on the bench for a backup. Now, he's a good back out of the backfield when it comes to catching the ball, but so is Damian Williams at a fraction of the price, if I'm not mistaken. So if I don't see the spot to continue to have him on the roster, I really don't. Not to mention the guy fucking wakes up and sneezes hard and he's on the injury list. So, like, at this point, I don't see what is the point of keeping Arian Foster on the roster. The Dolphins will blow out a Super Bowl contender and then will lose to the worst team in the NFL. Absolutely. And do you think Grant should start instead of Mario Williams? You know, I don't like Branch as much as I like the other guy. I forget his name. I think he's number 98, if I'm not mistaken. I like him. I like him a lot. Jones, even though he got that stupid ass, he got that stupid penalty, him and Maxwell, and then the very next play they ran that wide receiver sweep and went down the field. I like Jones. I like, what was this, like 2 or 3 games in a row, I've seen him drawing double teams and still being able to get a little bit of pressure. Branch instead of Mario Williams. If you're gonna sit Mario Williams, you might as well get rid of him. It doesn't really make no sense to have Mario Williams with his cap number sitting on the bench. But Mario Williams is giving us nothing. And remember, in the preseason, I was saying this shit. I felt like our defensive line got worse. I mean, you have Cam Wake coming off of an injury. Last year, Mario Williams only had 5 sacks. 5 sacks the entire season. If that's the production that we're going to get out of Mario Williams and Andre Branch is able to give us more, then why not? I don't see why not. Might as well. Start Branch and start Jason Jones. You might as well. Might as well. And then if you're going to continue to bring Wake in to spell, you get Wake out there on 3rd downs to give you the pressure you sit. You know what I mean? So a good overall win for us. Good overall win. Very happy with the offensive line. The offensive line looked amazing yesterday. Amazing. With Albert and Pouncey and Tunsil and Bushrod. That offensive line looked stout. It looked stout. It gave our quarterback more time to throw the ball. And, I mean, he threw 32 passes and missed 7 with no interceptions. Not spectacular numbers, but not god-awful numbers like we've seen the last few weeks either. I mean, so big win. Next week, man, we face the Buffalo Bills. In recent memory, has not been a team that we've had much success against, but hoping this year will be better. I hope we bring the same attitude, the same tenacity that we played the Pittsburgh Steelers with to the Buffalo Bills. No let up. Let's run the ball. 25, 30 carries for Jay Ajayi. Keep the other team's offense on the sideline as much as possible. Our defense isn't great. It's not a great defense. And the reason why is, for one, our secondary, to me, this secondary still needs to gel. It still needs to be a secondary that gels. Tony Lippett is still finding his way as a corner. You can see it. But he's got some ball skills. I like him. I think I would say within a solid 1 to 2 year time span of him getting consistent starts, Tony Lippett is going to be a beast. He's got the size, he's got the arm, the arm reach for it. He's got the ball skills. I think he's going to be excellent. The problem that I have, the shit that I think is going to be an issue, is when the other guy comes back. Who are they going to sit down, Maxwell or Lippett? I'm thinking it's going to be fucking Lippett, because Lippett doesn't have a high cap number, and this kid has more of a cap number than Lippett. So I think they're going to go with the more expensive guy out there, which will be our 2nd round pick from this year. But to me, if you ask me, I think Lippett has a higher ceiling than our 2nd round pick. I think so. I love his size, 6'3", 190 pounds, big fucking cornerback with some ball skills. He just has to find his way, and that's going to come with time. I pray that we don't do a Vontae Davis or a Wes Welker or any other players that we've allowed to go to other teams and flourish with Tony Lippett. That would be a mistake. But it's a Dolphin. That's such a Dolphin move. That's such a goddamn Dolphin move. Look at all those numbers Wes Welker put up, or Vontae Davis, or any of the other guys. Please don't do that with Tony Lippett. Let the guy find his way. Remember, he was a wide receiver in slay ball. He didn't play cornerback in slay ball, so he's still learning his way. And that's another reason why I don't like fucking slay ball. It does not prepare players to come to the NFL. It doesn't. It didn't prepare Tim Tebow to come to the NFL. It's not preparing. It didn't prepare and it's a storm of other players that have come straight into the NFL and changed their fucking position. Terrell Pryor was a quarterback in slay ball. Now he's playing very well as a wide receiver. Hines Ward, like, you can go on and on. That's just bullshit. Anyway, man, I will be back later on this week, and we will talk Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter at Casual, at KSUWELL, and I'm out. Peace.